Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a different video. It's a very quick and easy makeup look that honestly takes 5 minutes. I never used to be that person that could do a 5-minute makeup look, but this summer I'm working full-time as a barista and I don't have time to do my makeup. I'm sweating, I'm running around all day. I'm standing in front of an oven and honestly my face is melting off. It's so hot and I tried so many different looks. Like, trust me, some days on work I looked crazy because my makeup has just been, you know, running down my face and running down my neck. And now I have finally found out what works best for me. And this is a very sweat-proof makeup look. This actually really holds up in sweat, which it's summer now and we're all sweating, okay? This is the makeup that I honestly wear every single day, no matter what, now in the summer, because it lasts, it looks good, it's natural, it's cute, it's not too much. It just makes me feel a little bit better, and I totally recommend you guys to try this makeup routine out. So if you want to learn how to do this super simple makeup look that really stays on the face, then just keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to start out with is a moisturizer. Because I always moisturize my skin before I do my makeup, no matter what, because I always cleanse my skin in the morning. My skin always feels so tight and dry after I have cleansed my skin, so I always have to go in with a moisturizer. And lately I've tried out this Urban Decay Rehab Makeup Prep, and I have been liking it. I don't know if it's amazing or anything because I just tried it like a couple of times, but so far it feels really good. It's a very watery, thin moisturizer, so I think this is good for people with oily skin, or if you just don't like a lot of moisturizer before your makeup. I think you would really like it. So I really like it, so I'm just massaging this into my skin. And then we're moving on to the part where I never thought would ever come. Whenever I do a super minimal makeup look, I always use some sort of BB cream, foundation, or anything like that. But what I found out that works the best for me is just using just concealer. And it just works so much better. So when I've been at work, it's been so hot. My makeup is melting off. I'm sweating. It's insane. It sounds like I'm running a marathon, but it kind of feels like that sometimes. So makeup, no matter what I use, how long lasting it is, no matter what, it's dripping down my face. It's creating weird lines here, and it creates like a weird line around my forehead. It just looks insane. So I just found out the less makeup, the better my skin actually looks. So I'm using the Sephora High Coverage Concealer. This has just become my favorite concealer. I love it. This is my favorite. I love it. It's the best. It covers really well, but it looks awesome on the skin. So I'm just gonna use this, of course, underneath my eyes. I definitely am applying kind of a lot of concealer because I want to have, I like to look like I have makeup on. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just applying kind of a good amount like that. I'm also applying a lot down here. Right now I'm on my period, so I have a lot of breakouts. They always come for me once a month. Also have some random breakouts here around the nose. I always tend to get a little bit red around my nose. And then I always like to apply a little bit in the forehead, just so I have some product right there, and also down my nose. So that is it for the concealer. So then I'm just gonna blend it in. I'm just using a Real Techniques sponge, and I'm just gonna blend everything out. And my goal here is to not be able to have any lines, because no matter how good I blended in my BB cream, it just kind of created lines and just like dripped down my face. It looked ridiculous. So now that I only have product in the center of my face, I'm not gonna have that problem. Then I'm just gonna use my Sensai Loose Powder. This is amazing. I love it. This is a fresh new one. I just opened this one because I used up my other one, and dab it underneath my eyes. This makes the concealer not crease at all. It's so quick and easy. Baking has like changed my makeup game. It makes such a big difference. Then I'm using my trusty old Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. My favorite powder. This just always works for me, so I'm just going to take this all over my face. It's very important to use a powder if you want it to last through like sweat and heat. So I have been loving the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Bali Sands. This is a pretty light bronzer. As you can see next to my face, it looks so light, but it definitely does show up way more on the skin. Like in real life, it just looks so good. And I love that this is such a hard formula. You can do this and no powder comes up. I love it. But it still gives me a very nice, very natural color. So I'm just gonna use a little bit just to get some sort of color back to my face. I don't like the way I look when I'm super, you know, flat and light. I need some color. This part is something that I just do if I have time for it, and this is the Coralista blush from Benefit. I use this if I have time to use it. I love using a blush, so most of the time I want a little bit of color in my cheeks, but it isn't super important. And this is a pretty sheer blush. It doesn't have too much color. As you can see, it's definitely not that pigmented, but it's very, very nice to use for every day. Then moving on to a product that I've been absolutely loving lately. It's such a stunning product. I love it. It is the Benefit Dandelion Twinkle. Oh, love this so much. It is a very natural highlight. So I'm just going to apply on my cheekbones. It is just something about the way this looks on my skin I just love so much. It looks like you're not using any powder. It just looks like you're shining from within. Look at that glow. A really nice like natural highlighter is very important because it just makes you look alive, makes you look glowy. One day I forgot it and I felt so ugly. I don't know if it was just a highlighter, but that day I did not feel good. But the next day I used some highlighter and I felt good again. So highlighter, it's important. And now it is time to move on to the brows, and I'm using my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. You guys know this is my ride or die. I love it. So I'm just gonna brush up my brows. I always take a line like underneath my brows, and then I take one on the top of my brows. Like that, so I just have like the shape that I want, and then I'm just gonna fill it in. So next up we have mascara. This is a Chanel Le Volume mascara, one of my all-time favorite mascaras, but you can use whatever you have. I always have like 5, 6, 7 open at the same time, so I'm just grabbing whatever, but this is definitely one of my favorites. I do prefer using a lash curler, but I just can't find my lash curler right now, so I'm just gonna use it with no lash curler. So the last thing that we have to do is put on just something on the lips, and lately I've been using the Too Faced Sweet Peach Creamy Peach Lip Oil, and I have the color Papa Don't Peach, and this is the more like nudie shade from the line, and it just smells so good. It's so comfortable on the lips, so I'm gonna put some on. So what I just like to use before I run out the door is just a little bit of all-nighter setting spray. I don't know if this helps, but I feel like it kind of helps a little bit, so I just like to shower a little bit in this one. Ooh. This is basically how the makeup look turned out, and I think it is a pretty big difference on how this looks and how my skin looked before, and it just helps a little bit. It makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel like me, and it's a very, very natural makeup look. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys liked it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my other videos, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!